UFC 240 goes down this week, and the main event sees Max Holloway finally take on Frankie Edgar. This is very similar to Khabib Ferguson. They've sort of lined up the fight before, but it's going down this weekend. It is Edmonton, Alberta in Canada. What do we think of this main event? There's a couple of interesting storylines to this, I think. You know, a lot of people first of all, should Frankie Edgar be fighting for the featherweight title?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't have anything against Frankie Edgar, and I'm kind of glad he is getting a shot, because I think for his legacy, I think over the years, yeah. But in terms of current form and what he's done recently, I don't really think so. He beat Cub Swanson last, and that was over a year ago.
Yeah.
It'll be like what, a year and 3 months or something when he steps into the cage. So I don't really think so, but I understand why they done it, and it's also a big fight because Frankie Edgar historically has been a pretty big star for the UFC. Not the biggest star in the world, but, you know, pretty big star. So I understand why they done it, but to be honest, like, not really. I don't think he really deserves it, to be honest. Not right now, anyway.
Yeah, you can argue, like, if you look at it, the Cub Swanson one before that was like, he absolutely got obliterated by Brian Ortega.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I seen him, you know what? It's one of them weird fights. You sort of said it because it was a legacy and what he's done. It's one of them fights, for me anyway, that it's like, if that was anybody else except Frankie Edgar, I'd say people would be like, what's he getting that matchup? Even though I was like, Jesus, Frankie Edgar? Yeah, okay. Because it's Frankie Edgar, you sort of accept it. You're talking about a former champion who's done a lot for the company. And he's always game, in fairness. Frankie always goes out to he goes out to win. Yeah,
like, I'm not upset about it, but I just think, you know, there's plenty of other fighters there that probably could have got it. But then if you do dig down into the rankings, maybe if Frankie does deserve it based on the rest of them not really quite being there just yet. So yeah,
I think Volkanovski was the one.
Yeah,
probably should have got it.
Yeah, but he got that mad fucking, what was it? It was a blood disease in the end, was it?
Although I will tell you how much people like Frankie Edgar when he came out and said, I don't mind Frankie's getting it before me, you know.
Yeah,
but cool.
But that's sort of what I mean, and that's what my opinion is as well, is that it's like, because it's Frankie, like, if that was anyone else in the division, they'd be like, he's jumping the queue, like.
Nobody begrudges Frankie.
I had the same argument. I know I've with me being away, I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but Uriah Faber, people are talking about, he should get the next title shot. You're like, are you fucking kidding me? But then you're like, yeah, it's Uriah Faber.
I know, yeah.
So it's sort of the same thing. So anyway, you don't think he deserves it, but do you think he has a chance against Max Holloway?
No. No. Well, of course he has a chance. It's Frankie Edgar. He's a great fighter, but I think Max Holloway losing that last fight against Dustin Poirier, a lot of people will be giving Frankie Edgar a bit more of a chance than they probably would if that fight didn't happen. Yeah. I just think Max Holloway is better everywhere. Like, I mean, Frankie Edgar's a better wrestler, of course, we know this. But is he really going to be able to wrestle Max Holloway enough to win the fight? I don't think so. He's a great boxer. Is he going to be able to get in that range to really hurt Max Holloway like Dustin Poirier did? I don't think so. I just think Max Holloway, unless he has, I don't know, unless that Poirier fight wasn't just a weight issue, and there was a skill issue there as well. Like, Poirier is very skilled. I just think this is Max Holloway's fight to win. I really do.
But you're talking about as well, I know we're talking about weight and stuff like that. You're talking about Frankie Edgar, former lightweight champion. So you know what I mean? He was the king of the division above. So he had problems. Yes, they're very different fighters.
It was also 7 years ago, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but sure. You know, it's Frankie Edgar.
It's Frankie Edgar.
Tom's River, you know. Yeah. But like for me, obviously, the normal thing comes in here with Frankie Edgar. He's got to be on his feet here. He can't stand still in front of Holloway. He's got to be light on the feet, switch it does, quick footwork, get in, tap the knee for takedowns, threaten takedowns, do all that.
He needs to do it all.
It needs to be prime time Frankie Edgar. He can't, like, when you look at like what Ortega done to him and losses recently for Edgar, Holloway has that ability and more to.
Yeah, you look at the Ortega
to do
one.
That again.
The Ortega one, like when Ortega hurt him on the feet at range.
I can see the loss to Poirier, right? A lot of people put it down as I think you hit the nail on the head by saying, Poirier is also a very talented fighter. So there was that, but I think that loss, when you look at it, Holloway sort of thought he could go punch for punch with Poirier, and it might have been that sense of invincibility that he hadn't lost since Conor McGregor,
probably.
And he's been on an absolute tear, and he's looked like he has looked invincible. And then when he moves up, he thought, I'll go blow for blow. And you could see the first exchange when he got hurt. So I could see you might go back to a little bit of the Max Holloway sort of downloading the information that Frankie Edgar gives him, being calm in the first opening round or two.
He was weirdly over aggressive, wasn't he?
And normally when I know the lads in work rip the piss out of me when I say he's like a Muay Thai fighter who takes a couple of, but he starts slow.
He knows he has 5 rounds.
Yeah, and he comes into the fight and he starts. He'll show you feints. He'll show you different things to see how you're reacting. And I think that's what he'll do here with Frankie.
I was chatting with Sean earlier, and Sean, one thing you mentioned was the weight cut, and it's something that I didn't really consider until you said it to me. Max Holloway has had trouble making that weight, and now he's fought one time at lightweight. Probably didn't keep his weight very low for that, obviously for obvious reasons. But do you think that's a problem?
I don't know whether it's a problem. I think it's something worth considering anyway, for sure. What do you think?
No, just for me on that point is that we had that, but I thought that weight issue we were talking about that more coming into the Brian Ortega fight as well.
Yeah,
and like within the first round, you went, that idea we had about the bad weight cut, let's rip that up and throw that away.
I just think it'll be interesting to see him back at 145, having gone up to 155. You don't really see too many guys go up for one fight, then come back down. I know Pettis has done it recently. He's coming back to 155 soon, and that's an even bigger jump. So I think it'll just be interesting to see. Yeah,
and the whole mystique thing, like some fighters do fight very well with confidence. Like remember, I'm not saying this is going to happen to Max Holloway, and it's a very different stage in his career, but remember when Anderson Silva finally lost, and it seemed like the decline was really quick. Now it's a different case, that's age and a lot of other things, but like sometimes that does happen, and it happened with Ronda Rousey as well.
Well, I know what you're saying.
Different stage. I'm not comparing.
Ronda Rousey very different as well, because she was a one-trick pony.
They're all different.
They all learned the trick.
Yeah,
but like Max Holloway, for me, he's 27 years of age. He's only entering the prime of his career now, and like he's not really been like, when you look at the Poirier fight, yes, but when you look at his career, he's never really been like, taking serious damage that you could question that is coming into play and affecting him. And
he wasn't even knocked out in the Poirier fight.
No,
he was.
Wait,
he took a lot of concussive headshots.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't knocked out flat or something like that.
I'd say he had a sulfate in the next morning.
Yeah,
but Holloway for me is. Do you know what I actually think? And I know it sounds stupid, and I've used this analogy loads of times. I'll probably use it when I'm calling Keane's fight at the weekend. Sometimes the secret ingredient to success is a little hint of defeat. And for me, there you might get Max Holloway. That could be humbling, that, and I don't mean that in a bad way, that he was overconfident or whatever, but maybe he just thought he was invincible. So that defeat to Poirier could be humbling, and he'll want to come out here and make a statement. My only thing is, I hope he doesn't think that he's going to take Frankie out. I don't think he ever thinks like that, Holloway. But you can't take Frankie Edgar. You're talking about a former champion, so like.
He's still very good.
I'd imagine Max Holloway is a big favourite in this one, Sean.
Yeah, he's 2-9, and Frankie's 11-4. So honestly, I can't see past Max unless Dustin Poirier turns up in place of Frankie Edgar. I don't see. I don't see Frankie getting the W.
Big 10 years in the difference as well.
90-10 as well.
Height difference, reach difference. Do you know what I mean? Everything is against Frankie Edgar there on the stat side of things. But look, you don't win fights and stats. You win it when you get into the cage. Exactly, but I'm going Max Holloway.
It is a
and
fun
Holloway's
fight,
only ever been Edgar's only ever been finished. It was the Ortega.
Yeah.
I see the second one coming this Saturday.
I kind of do, and it kind of sounds like I don't like the fight because I'm like, nah, he's not going to win, and I don't feel it's that competitive. But I'm still interested in it. I'm still very interested, because I am interested to see if Frankie can do something, and he might be able to do something because he has some skills.
I tell you, get the takedown, and Frankie manages to get it to the canvas. Because we don't see that much from Max Holloway
off his back
anymore. Just people don't get him there. He's excellent takedown defense. But for me, it's going to be punches and punches, almost like the Diaz style of tap boom. You know what I mean? And
like the Aldo fight,
building it up that way. And then just the efficiency will just grow as the fight goes on. And I can see him ladder rounds going into round 3 and 4, getting Frankie out of there. So Max Holloway TKO victory for me.
Max Holloway all day and twice on Sundays for me.
Yeah, bless his best.
Oh man, I was looking at Sean, waiting for him to say blessed is best.
I was writing as well.
The blessed is best, baby.
I was waiting for it, and then Rob dives in with it. So a big important fight for Max Holloway as well, coming off the loss. That is to be said for the co-main event as well. Cris Cyborg nearly made an mess of that against Felicia Spencer. Cyborg, it's a weird one. She said something there about the best bantamweight or best featherweight in the world is in such and such a different division or whatever. But the featherweight division is certainly a weird one in the UFC for the women. It was almost like the division was built.
Is it a division?
It was, yes. This was built for Cyborg. So if you were to sign with the UFC now in the women's featherweight division, you're instantly in the top 5 featherweight ranked
Top 3.
But yeah, Cyborg, Felicia Spencer. This is a big one for Cyborg, and again,
Very big one,
as we talked about earlier, fuel added to the fire with Dana White sort of saying he just want to sign to fight Amanda Nunes again. But
to be fair, I wouldn't want to sign to fight Amanda Nunes again.
I don't know. I like, for me, it's gonna be a crazy fight if they do fight again, because Cyborg's not gonna. What I just said about Dustin Poirier, about he came in and thought he could just walk through. Max Holloway could just walk through Dustin Poirier. I think Cris Cyborg thought she would be too strong for Amanda Nunes as well,
because she's been too strong for everybody.
And then when she got clocked, her reaction was to fight back. Like, do you know what I mean? So she got caught. But yeah, Felicia Spencer 7-0 in her career, so vastly less experienced than Cyborg. But is it going to be the return of Cris Cyborg?
I think so. Like, Felicia Spencer looked really good in her last fight, and she beat somebody that I don't think a lot of people thought she was going to be. And maybe a lot of people would say that Megan Anderson has been exposed previously, and there's a debate about that. But I thought she looked good. But the only problem is that I just don't think she fits. Like, she's a big girl, but she doesn't really fit well into this division. I mean, she doesn't, like, if you look at Cyborg is a crazy athlete. And I don't see that with Felicia Spencer right now. She's called a prodigy or something like that, or the phenom. The phenom, like female, is it? And apparently she's been like tipped to be an excellent fighter since a very young age. She's been coming up. So like, she definitely has skills, and she has striking. She has a traditional background as well. So you're going to have these really awkward strikes. If you watch her in Invicta fights, she throws these head kicks and you don't see them coming. So like, she of course can catch Cyborg, and we don't know what that chin is like now after being cracked pretty badly by Amanda Nunes, and she's getting older. And maybe Cyborg, there's a little bit of, she didn't really fight anyone that good, and she finally ran into someone that good and was beaten. We don't know. I don't think that's the case. I think she's fought some good girls, but I just think Cyborg will be too big, too strong. I think she's going to fight smart, and she'll probably get a finish mid, like 2 or 3, like something like that.
Yeah. I'm sort of the same. Again, it's the division was it was sort of built for Cyborg in that way, and the spanner was thrown in the works. That spanner being called Amanda Nunes. He just looks on an insane level. But yeah, I just Cyborg again. Felicia Spencer, she hasn't fought the girls that Cyborg would have fought to that level. A lot of her career has been Invicta, so you can't say it's a good level. But yeah, I just can't see any other outcome than the return of Cris Cyborg. But it'd be interesting to see her Twitter tweets, because her Twitter tweets are very strange lately. Hey Twitter, what's your favourite video to watch on YouTube? What the fuck, Cris Cyborg?
Clearly our manager running that one.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
I don't doubt that Felicia Spencer is and will go on to beat some very good level fighters, but I think at the minute in that featherweight division there's levels to it. There's Amanda and Cris Cyborg, and then there's sort of everyone else a level below it, and I think we'll see that on this weekend. And it's reflected in the odds as well. Cris Cyborg is 1-7 and Felicia Spencer 4-1.
She's also a really good grappler, and Cyborg has been very, very difficult to take down. So and she doesn't seem like a big puncher either. Seems like a tough fight. It's 90-10 as well. Both main event and co-main event is 90-10 on Tapology.
Wow,
must be fun trying to sell that pay-per-view.
And those are the 2 only great fights on the card.
Yeah, I was
actually, now the next fight is fun.
I was actually looking through it. And the next fight is Geoff Neal against Nico Price. Price coming off an excellent win as well. Last time out against Tim Means. I only stands out in my memory because I picked it. You all went the other way.
Jeez, remember something.
Good to have you back.
I only remember that, like, because I get them so wrong so often that when they go right, they're embedded. But what do you think of this one?
I think this is a tough fight to call. Nico Price, I think any Nico Price fight is a bit of a tough fight to call, because the way he fights is a bit mad. He's a bit of a crazy fighter. He throws some weird techniques. But I think when he fights a really good traditional style striker, he has trouble. And we saw that against Al Hassan twice. Or was it once? No, he only fought him once, but it was a crazy knockout. And Vicente Luque was the other one, where I thought Vicente Luque looked great on the feet and then got it to the floor and won. And Geoff Neal, if you watch his fight against Frank Camacho, that was just a masterclass, and the knockout was scary. So I think Nico Price can probably land something weird, because that's what he does. But I just think Geoff Neal is a better traditional striker. We'll keep it at range, we'll keep it on the feet, and avoid the madness that is Nico Price.
Yeah,
and
and
get a win somehow.
Nico Price is going to get damage tattooed across his chest as well, because he's sort of one of them fighters as well that he needs to be wobbled and in trouble, and then he just throws.
He just gets mad then.
Weird, like he has like a looping right hand that just cracks, and like he just throws it, and he looks like he's on the verge of getting.
He won by hammer fists from the bottom against Randy.
Yeah,
Randy Brown.
Yeah, Randy Brown.
That's a good win now. Randy Brown's looking good.
Yeah.
Odds are interesting in this one, considering you said it was a tough one to call. Jeff Neal is 3-10 and Nico Price is 11-5. I'll tell you what, for the second pay-per-view in a month for the UFC, it's not a card I'd like to be promoting as the second pay-per-view in a month, especially in the US. Like, that's the top 3 fights in the card, all have quite big favours.
Yeah, 75 to 25 to Topology as well for Neal. So a lot of people are on Neal. I think it's a good fight. Like, it's well matched.
If I was backing with your money, I'd back Neal.
Yeah,
you go back with someone else's money.
But yeah, but if I was backing with your money, I would back Neal. But
if I was backing with my money, I wouldn't.
No, I'm not backing. Yeah, I'm not backing. But like, because Nico Price is one of them fighters that like
he's just a weirdo.
Yeah, like he is a weirdo. You could be watching no fight. No offense whatsoever. He could be winning a fight for 14 minutes or losing a fight for 14 minutes and 36 seconds, and then just boom, wins the fight.
Hammer fits on the bottom.
Fuck happened? So it's a weird one. But yeah, Jeff Neal, I think he's the more crisp. Technique style striker that you gotta polished. Yes, polished technique. His precision is precise. But yes, he for me, yes. But like Price has that type of striking that you can't really train for.
Yeah,
because it's like Price doesn't really know.
A bit like Tony Ferguson in a way.
Yeah,
you know, a bit like that.
Yeah, he's like, I'll throw a right hook, but I won't throw it like any other right hook you've ever seen in your life.
Wing it like you've never seen in your life. Yeah, there's a lot of guys. There's quite a few guys like that.
It's a fun fight though.
Yeah,
it is a fun fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going Jeff Neal myself.
Jeff Neal as well, Rob.
Yeah.
3 favourites. There's your bet.
We're going all the same on every single fight here. Oh,
yeah,
this could look bad.
Over Owen Mercier and our man
Sayukin.
Yeah, Sayukin. Mercier, just the tash alone makes you want to pick him, doesn't it?
The Canadian
gangster.
Yeah, I like this fight as well. Sayukin. Put on an incredible
That's such
performance.
A pride name, isn't it?
It is,
that pride.
Yeah. He put on a really good performance against Islam Makhachev in his last fight. I believe that was late notice, and Makhachev had tons of trouble with him. He could barely take him down, and Sayukin's striking looked good, and I thought it was a clear decision for Makhachev, but I thought Sayukin put in a phenomenal performance over Mercier. I don't know, there's something about him. I don't like the way he fights that much. I'm not going to say boring, but I'll say boring. Yeah. His striking's a bit weird. He doesn't seem that confident on the feet. His grappling is really good. But like if Makhachev had problems getting Sayukin down, I think Mercier's going to have problems getting him down.
I'm going to go losses as well.
Yeah, Mercier. I'm going to go Sayukin to win. Decision, maybe. Could be a finish, but decision.
Yeah, it's short notice as well when you look at the trouble that was given. Short notice. People underestimate short notice so much. Like when you take, and it's like when the UFC. That was his UFC debut. I'm right in saying that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So when you get offered, you've seen it for so many fighters. They get the short notice. They've been waiting for the call, and it comes in short notice. They go and take it, and the loss comes.
Have to wait. Have to like cut about 25 pounds to make this weight class or something.
Yeah, but Redzer. But Mercier, I agree with you. He's. The way he goes on with the sandals and the dodgy shorts.
I think that's funny though.
Yeah, but you think he's gonna be, you know what I mean? He's outside the cage. He's a bit of a personality. You think he's gonna, and then he comes in and it's like it's like reading the beginner's guide to
a bit Tyson Fury-esque.
Yeah, to be. Get off Tyson. He won by fucking knockout the last time.
Yeah, against literally the man who picked up my bins this week. Anyway,
I tell you what, don't break into Sean's gap or whatever. The bin men are fucking boxers and the plumbers are fucking boxers. No, so I'm going the same myself. Pick here, and I'm gonna go decision though. I'm not gonna say the finish here.
Yeah,
Mercier is hard to put away.
He is hard to put away, and he's a good grappler.
Yeah. So yeah.
This one's a bit close on the odds. Sarukin is 1-2, and Aubin Mercier is 6-4.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
You can tell how much attention the bookies pay to MMA here because they have Brian Ortega and Zabit priced up for this card. It's a bit of a tease, isn't it? Considering the rest of the card.
Yeah. Jocko against Mark and Barriel, another Frenchman on it in the middleweight division. This potential, It's an awful card.
I was wondering where you were going to go with that.
Is this pay-per-view?
Yeah,
it's the second pay-per-view this month.
Just you see, actually talking about pay-per-view and bringing it back to BT Sports. See, BT are gone to Sky. I know did you talk about this when I was away?
What?
We talked about them pay-per-view over here.
Air is gone, has lost BT, so it's gone back to Sky Sports. So you now have to subscribe to Sky Sports, and Sky Sports have obviously the box office or whatever as well. But like, Jesus, best of luck if you're trying to sell this one in Ireland.
Did you get unsubscribed from? No, this one isn't pay-per-view in Ireland. The next one is pay-per-view.
No, I know. I'm saying if it was
it's pay-per-view in America.
The next pay-per-view in Ireland is the Abu Dhabi card.
Yeah.
Anyway,
like the Flintstones.
I think we should just make a pick on this one really quickly because time is running away from us.
I'll be like the Simpsons, and I'll watch it on a live stream, because that's what I'll Abu Dhabi do.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, it's good to be back. Yeah, Jocko and Barry, what do you think, Rob?
I'll pick Jocko.
Favourite back.
Well, it's his favourite.
I think he's favourite for a reason in this one.
Good win over Amadovsky. 3-fight losing streak before that, but all good guys. Branch Hall, Tavares, and Marc-Andre Barriot. Wasn't that impressed with his UFC debut, so we'll just go with Jocko. But who knows?
Look, he's a Canadian fighter on a Canadian card, isn't he?
Yeah, we'll go with him.
So that's what I'm sort of looking at there, Jocko. So yeah, Jocko decision.
Yeah. The accumulator on the 5 favourites in the main card.
Jocko's not Canadian.
His opponent is.
Oh, right. That's like Jocko's not Canadian. Jesus, Christoph.
Polish.
The accumulator on the 5 favourites on the main card is less than 4-1.
Holy
I think
shit!
that tells you all you need to know. It's a no from me.
No from me, dog.
Stick your 20 quid on black on roulette there.
Yeah, honestly.
You better crack out of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it's a top heavy card with the main event. There's nothing really jumping off anywhere there. But again, this is the problem with the UFC having such a big roster. They all have to fight at some stage. So apparently if you press this button somewhere here, it subscribes and you get all the notifications for the show. So hit that button there.
You have to click the bell though to get the notifications down the bottom.
Make sure you hit that, and they get the ringer things because Rob didn't know. So it's the button there or there.
It's somewhere roughly around that area